Hey everyone, it's me, Cricket Song, and you're here for another episode of Deux, Wytches, although there's only witches here with you tonight. Um, Unfortunately, Obsidian Fire isn't with us, and I'm a little concerned because usually she's prompt, and I haven't heard from her. So I assume that there is either a computer issue, an electrical issue, or she's feeling under the weather, or there's some other, family emergency. So let us all send out some positive energy and healing energy and protection to ensure that everything is okay with her and her family this evening. So tonight's episode is all about superstitions, and it is fitting since it is Friday the 13th, December 13th, 2019. And I will still talk with you guys about superstitions. And because it's just me, I'm going to rely heavily on chat. Now, if you're watching this on Facebook, because this is streaming to Facebook, please know that I am not seeing your comments. I will do my best to flip over to Facebook because I have it streaming from the Cricket Song Facebook page. Obsidian was going to take a look and read the comments on there. So I'll do my best to try to switch over to see the comments. Hopefully, but know that if I miss your comments and you're watching me on Facebook, I apologize in advance for not seeing the comments. I will definitely respond to them after the live is done, but I'm going to try my best to keep an eye on them. For you all in YouTube, I am definitely going to see your comments. Oh, wait, no. Hey, PJ, I can see your comments. I can see you all on Facebook. So yay, this is wonderful. This is a good thing. I don't have to worry. Keep going back and forth. You do pop up in my little chat box here. Hi, PJ. Hi, Amelia. And I think there was someone else that I saw already commenting. Hello, hello, hello. So Obsidian is not with me. So let's get into superstitions. So I'm going to look at the Merriam-Webster dictionary definition of what a superstition is, because if you've been watching me or if you know me, you know that I go to the definition first, so we all know we're on the same page when we're talking about things like this. So a superstition, defined by Merriam-Webster, is a belief or a practice resulting from ignorance, fear of the unknown, trust in magic or chance, or a false conception of causation. It is also an irrational, abject attitude of mind toward the supernatural, nature, or God resulting from superstition, and a notion maintained despite evidence to the contrary. I mean, I have to sit here and chuckle when I read that, because to me, I guess it's not irrational. It's not. What did they say in the definition? It is. Yeah, it's not irrational. I think. I mean, I guess I can look at some superstitions. Hey, Johnny. And think, oh, that seems irrational to me. But really, isn't it all just about perception? I mean, our personal perceptions of events or behaviors where we feel we're getting messages either from the universe or from the gods or from the spirit realm. Something is trying to tell us something, I think. Although I guess I can, like I said, I guess I can see some superstitions being sort of irrational. I guess I can see that in some instances, maybe. But okay, so thinking about that, I figure it might be fun to kind of look at some superstitions and what ones I might think are silly. So I'm looking at usnews.com, and this is an older article. It was written in 2017, but it's 13 superstitions from around the world. And I figured I'd take a look at some of these and just, share my thoughts on these. And if you all in chat and are watching have any thoughts, please tell me what you think about these superstitions as I go over them. Like, do you believe them? Do you practice these superstitions? Is it part of your, belief system or your personal practice? So from the 13, these are from around the world. Okay, so the first one they have listed here is knocking on wood. So ideally, you knock on wood to avoid jinxing yourself at some point. It was a modern take from medieval times when European churchgoers would touch wood the church's claim was from the cross. So touching this wood that was believed to come from the cross that Jesus was crucified on would give you a connection to Jesus and divinity and give you good luck. I mean, what do you think? Do you knock on wood? I've done it. I actually thought, let me see, there's a 13 common but silly. Let me look at this other website, because I thought knocking on wood had to do with, yes, okay. So this other website I'm looking at, this is from NBCnews.com. This one talks about knocking on wood is a phrase like a verbal talisman designed to ward off bad luck after tempting fate. And you would knock on wood because you were knocking on trees. It was tied to knocking on trees to gain the attention of the spirits in the trees, and then they would give you good luck. So you were knocking on wood to get the attention of the tree spirits. That's what I had heard. But I guess this website also talks about Christian cross and being associated with that as well. So knocking on wood. Any of you knock on wood? Any of you knock on wood? The second superstition is the evil eye. And it says it guards against disastrous gazes people may throw to you. So you wear this charm, and this is talking about the blue and white. The white is to ward off evil. The blue is a warding, and it resembles an eye. And these charms were seen in Greece, Egypt, Iran, Morocco, Afghanistan, and other countries. Let me see if this other website talks about the evil eye. I've heard of the evil eye. I don't have any evil eyes. I don't use that as a talisman to, ward me or shield me from bad luck. I use mirrors for that. But I've seen tons of people use the evil eye. I've actually put them in spell bottles, little eyes for protection, those little evil eyes. I like the tree idea better too, Amelia. I like the idea of calling upon the tree spirits too, with the knocking on the wood. 3, black cats and black birds like crows and ravens. How appropriate on Friday the 13th, right? Black cats were believed to, if they cross your path, you get bad luck. If you see one, it's bad luck. I guess black cat, South Korea, crows are seen as bad luck. They also are seen as harbingers of death, Ravens in the United Kingdom foretold doom. Old British superstition says that 6 ravens must remain at the Tower of London at all times or the crown will fall. Ireland, Scotland, seeing a single magpie is supposed to be bad luck, but if you see 2 or more, it's fine. So the other website talks about black cats, maybe. Black cats. Yeah, Egypt. But I don't know. I think, from my research, black cats are associated with Bast, so they're really good luck. I don't think black cats are bad luck at all. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think black cats. The evil eye was an expression of a way you stared at someone. Amelia thought an evil eye was an expression of a way you stared at someone. Yeah, I mean, when the idea behind giving someone the evil eye is not only it's the intention. When you look at someone with an evil eye, you're actually trying to give them bad luck through your force of will. It's sort of like a fascination or an enchanting, but you're doing it with your eyes. So, I mean, ideally, they believe that little amulet, the evil eye, is to keep that negative intention or that negative fascination from actually setting in on you. So you wear this amulet or talisman to protect you from that. So it is an evil eye amulet to protect you from the evil eye or an enchantment or a fascination that someone's trying to send to you, a spell just through a look, through a gaze. Okay, so then there is a superstition. Apparently, it's bad luck to trim your finger or toenails after dark, according to a superstition in Turkey, India, and South Korea. One Japanese superstition even claims you could have a premature death from doing so. Knives or other sharp cutting tools would be used to trim long nails. Darkness plus sharp objects and then lack of medical access could have equaled deadly infections. I mean, I definitely can see why back in the day, trimming your nails at night might be bad luck. So it's a superstition not to do that because then you might actually hurt yourself. I definitely see how that one starts. I don't think it's a bad thing to trim your nails at night. Actually, I do a lot of nail filing and things like that at night anyway. How about you guys, trimming your nails at night? So the next one on this list is Tuesday the 13th. In Spain and Spanish-speaking countries, it's Tuesday the 13th that gets people upset. Martes is Tuesday in Spanish, and it comes from the Roman god of war, Mars, forever tying that Tuesday or Martes, ties that day to violence, death, and bloodshed. In conjunction, Constantinople supposedly fell on a Tuesday during the Fourth Crusade. And then the Ottoman Turks supposedly claimed this city on a Tuesday more than 200 years later. So in Spain, in Spanish, Tuesday the 13th, not Friday the 13th, is a bad day. So if you are from Spain or you are of Spanish culture, do you look at Tuesday to be a bad day like Friday the 13th? Whistling. So let's see. Whistling. Not just whistling in general, but specifically whistling inside and at the sun are ill-advised according to Russian and Norwegian superstitions. Whistling indoors supposedly leads to financial problems in Russia. In Norway, whistling at the sun causes rain. I've never heard of that. I like whistling. I once put one up over my door, never had unwanted visitors. Oh, yeah, an evil eye, Amelia. Yeah, an evil eye is a good warding for your home, I would say. So number 7, sitting at the corner of a table. According to Hungarian and Russian superstition, sitting at the corner of a table is bad luck. The unlucky diner will allegedly never get married. Some say bad luck only hangs around for 7 years, but as with most superstitions, why chance it? Hey, so if you don't want to ever get married, then sit at a corner of a table. I've never heard that. Purse and wallet on the ground. Okay, I've heard this one. Whistling at a graveyard at night. I've heard that's a bad thing. That's a superstition. You shouldn't do that. I've heard that. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, but I've heard that one. This purse or your wallet, you're putting your purse or your wallet on the ground. I've heard this. Superstition in some Central and South American countries, as well as the Philippines, say that resting your purse or your wallet on the ground will lead to bad financial luck. In other on-the-ground bad luck superstitions, sitting directly on the cold ground can lead to a woman never having children, according to Russian myth. Don't know about that, but I definitely have heard the purse or wallet. A lady should never put her purse on the ground because you'll never have financial luck. It will be bad luck. I've heard that. I don't know why I would say that that's common or where that might have stemmed from. I definitely understand a woman sitting directly on a cold ground might prevent a woman from having children. I don't believe that to be true, but I can see why someone might think that. The broken mirror. I'm coming up to the broken mirror. I'm coming up to that one. Toasting with water. Apparently, if you want to wish someone death, toast them with water, according to a German superstition. And this is derived from a Greek myth where the spirits of the dead would drink water from the river Lethe, the goddess of the goddess and river of forgetfulness, which would cause the spirit to forget its earthly past before it passed on to the underworld. So if you want to wish someone death, toast them with a glass of water, because generally you toast with wine, right? Or some other, alcoholic beverage or a spirit, some kind of spirit, right? You toast them with that instead. So if you want to wish them death, toast them with water, apparently. Mirrors. Here's that mirror. A widely known superstition is that breaking a mirror will result in 7 years of bad luck. In some folklore, a person's reflection in the mirror was thought to house or be connected to a piece of the person's soul. So with thinking about that, breaking the mirror, especially if it has your own reflection in it, would be basically stealing your soul or breaking a part of your soul. Thinking about this too, some folklore claims that photographs will capture a piece of your soul, so that when you take a picture of them, you're really stealing a part of that person's soul, which then think about that. What about your selfie? If you're taking selfies all the time, then how much of your soul is going to be left if you keep doing that, taking a little piece all the time, right? So, I mean, thinking, and mirrors have this superstition, the idea that they are portals to other dimensions. They can be gateways between here and the spirit realm, especially if you're into scrying with a mirror. Mirrors just have such rich and vast mythology or beliefs connected to them. I personally don't believe that breaking a mirror is going to give me 7 years bad luck, but I do believe that mirrors are gateways to the spirit realm. And I feel like sometimes it's important to break a mirror for magical purposes. So I don't think you'll get 7 years bad luck, but I definitely can understand where that belief might come from if you believe that your reflection holds a piece of your soul. The idea of taking pictures, I don't know if it's necessarily stealing parts of our soul, but what that reminds me of, that whole thought, I used to play this video game called Fatal Frame. I think it was on the PS2. Maybe it was on the PS1. But it was really spooky. And the idea was that you were capturing ghosts in this camera by taking pictures of them. It was really creepy and freaked me the fuck out when I played it at night. But because it's really creepy. But that fascinates me, the whole idea of taking pictures and capturing a spirit that you can't see in the physical in a picture. So I don't know. I mean, hi, Labyrinth Spirituality. Leaf, like, is that like teeth? Lethe, Lethe, the river Lethe. Water Makes Sense, worked in a movie, Fifth Element. Oh, yeah. I love that movie. Amish don't like pictures taken. Yeah, well, there is something about that, right? Oh, having two mirrors facing each other in the same room definitely creates like this portal or this weird energy that happens. I've had mirrors inadvertently face each other. Like in my bedroom back in Massachusetts, at one time, we had a mirror on a dresser, and then we had a mirror on the back of our bedroom door, like a full-length mirror. And when the bedroom door was shut, that mirror would reflect into the bedroom mirror. But okay, thank you, Labyrinth. Lethe. The river Lethe. Oh gosh, some words I just have problems with. But yeah, the hi Kimmy. Having those two mirrors, I never felt that did anything in the bedroom when we had those two mirrors. But then again, that door wasn't always shut. A lot of the time the door was open, so the mirrors didn't like create this kind of thing. Have you ever had a situation like that when you had two mirrors face each other? Did you experience any strange things in the room where that occurred? The Amish resistance to being photographed or filmed has more to do with them not wanting to seem prideful than anything superstitious. Well, and I wonder, now let me just show everybody your comment. I wonder if the whole idea of being prideful is sort of what might have started the superstition that if you take a photo, it would steal a little bit of your soul. Because if we follow this thought process, right? If we're constantly having our picture taken, or we're taking pictures of ourselves and we're looking at that reflection of ourselves, then we're going to start judging the way that we look. And if we continue to focus on that, focus on the physicality of what we look like, or what we don't like about ourselves, or even what we do like about ourselves, how much of our energy and time is more focused on the outer package than what we are about inside? Because if the whole package of ourselves is physical as well as spiritual, emotional, and mental, if that's what makes a full package of a person, then shouldn't we be spending time and energy on the whole package and not just one aspect of it? And if we continue to just focus on the physicality of who we are, then are we really losing a part of our soul? Or is our soul's growth or evolution or transformation or enlightenment, however you want to call it, sort of being wasted away on the more physical part of who we are. And maybe that's where that idea of losing a part of our soul, because we would be too focused on the physicality and not the totality of who we were. You think? Maybe? Or maybe I'm just looking too deep into it, right? Because sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do that, right? So another superstition says that a bird flying into your home is bad luck. If it flies into your home and circles a room and then lands on the back of someone's chair and then leaves, that's supposed to mean that the person whose chair the bird sat on would die. And then Mexican and Caribbean folklore says that a black moth would be a death omen or a sign that, a superstition that that person's going to die. The black moth is nocturnal and really big. And it says that these moths can have around 6.5 inches wingspan. So those would be signs of death. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I do believe that birds have very specific correspondences and magical associations that we can tap into, but I feel like they are messengers. I feel like the universe or the spirits use a lot of birds to give us specific messages, sort of like, but I don't think they're all about death and dying. I think birds in general can give us or share with us some wisdom beyond just death and dying. I don't know. Then aren't videos loads of single pictures? Okay. I know. And I know, Amelia, I thought about this too. Videos loads of single pictures, we would be soulless by now. Think more interpret it than lose a soul. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but yeah, I know. I've considered this as well. I don't know. I feel like I think there's some sort of truth in this whole idea, but I don't know exactly what the truth is. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's something there. The idea of photos and videos, and I think there's something there. I don't know what, but I think there's some kind of truth there. Asked if ways veins on wrist affect abilities to use magic. Your own face therefore connects to your own essence, and this can be used in spellcasting. Right. Let me highlight yours. Oh, that was a continuation. Okay, so Lambeth spirituality. Well, I think that could be a deeper perspective on Western views about mirrors, but I can't help but think it connects to an animalistic past wherein everything has a soul and everything reflecting your own face, therefore connects to your own essence, and thus can be used in spellcasting against someone. Yes, basic sympathetic magic. Yes, and that's what I was going to say. I believe, yeah, clearly, I have used pictures of people to connect to them in order to do healings, as well as cursings or baneful magic, if I didn't have access to the person themselves. And that sympathetic magic, the idea, the correspondence, a tag lock, something of someone or an image of someone, is definitely helpful in doing magic. And I think maybe that's part of it, right? Because then the whole idea, if we go back to what Amelia said, pictures and videos are images of you. So, and I think that's the whole idea of being careful of what you put out on the internet. People have an image of you. They have a vibrational match. They can use that to vibrationally match their own signature, their vibrational signature with yours and connect with you in that way. That whole sympathetic magic. And I think, I don't know, I feel like I sort of have this, this back and forth, this contrary feeling about that whole thing. But I think there's something there. And I think that is where the superstition sort of connects to that whole idea, right? Hi, Rhonda. Werewolves. There's a superstition in Argentina that claims seventh sons will turn into werewolves unless the president of the country adopts them. The superstition was reportedly brought to Argentina in 1907 by two Russian immigrants, where the customs held that the Tsar became the godfather to seven sons. Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner, Argentina's president from 2007 to 2015, was said to have adopted a boy as her godson because of this superstition. Okay. So I don't know. That one's just way far out there. I have nothing to say about that. Nothing to say about that. So that was US news. So then let's look at this other one, which was NBC News. Beginner's luck. There's a superstition that if you are a beginner to something, you have some, luck. You have an advantage to things, especially if you're gambling. And they're saying here that just could be because, if you're a beginner, you may not really know the rules too much. So you're not too concerned about the rules. So you're not hyper focused about it. And my thought is, in that idea too, you are like, oh, I'm a beginner. You don't put pressure, and you don't sort of set up yourself or sabotage yourself because you're a beginner and there's like less at stake for you. Beginner's luck. What about the find a penny, pick it up? That whole, all day long, you'll have good luck. See it. Some other says, see a pin, pick it up, and all day you'll have good luck. See a pin, let it lay, and your luck will pass away. I guess that's another version of that rhyme. My daughter, if I see a penny, I don't always pick it up, but my daughter has always done this, even when she was a little girl. She sees a penny on the ground, she picks it up all the time. And I think she's really feeling about, about the luck with the penny, maybe because it's copper. Amelia talks about life force being captured. Feels like time capsule. Oh, yeah. Maybe a picture and a recorded voice are one and the same. Yeah. But I do think that you can, I know for me, when I do readings for people, if I don't see them in person, if we don't do Skype and I don't know them, I ask for a picture or a recording of their voice saying something, so I have a way to energetically align myself with them, so then I can do readings for them. And it's easier to do that than to try to align myself with their vibration to get a good reading if I don't have anything to go on. So for me, it's easier to either hear them or to see them in order to bring my own vibrational frequency to align with theirs. So I really think there's something in that. Lambert, spirituality, the seventh son thing is seen as a blessing or a curse depending on where you go in the world. I've never heard of that. So yeah, I believe that. I mean, I think it would depend on the person. What's the others here? The penny, don't walk under a ladder. And this says, one theory holds that this superstition arises from Christian belief in the Holy Trinity. Since a ladder leaning against a wall forms a triangle, breaking that triangle was blasphemous. And then it also says that another popular theory is that, if you walk under a ladder, it's a resemblance to medieval gallows. So if you're walking under it, it looks like you've been hung, I guess, because it looks like a gallows. And if you're passing under it, it sort of looks like you're being hung. I see that, like sort of an association to an image. I'm not too worried about walking under a ladder myself, other than someone might drop something on me because they're on the ladder working up high and I'm afraid of them dropping something on me. But I don't know. Finding money is always a good thing. I agree with you, Rhonda. I agree with you. Black cats. A rabbit's foot will bring you good luck. So talisman and amulets are clearly a way of warding off evil. And they said that rabbit as a talisman may harken back to the early Celtic tribes in Britain, or from the hoodoo, the African-American folk magic. Even it says other traditions may use rabbit's feet as good luck. I guess if you think about it, rabbits are pretty fast and they can hop over things, and they're really quick. So maybe that's why they are thought of to be good luck talismans. Yeah. Lambrinth says, in Ireland, bringing the seventh son of a seventh son makes you a miracle healer. Really? I didn't know that. As for pennies, I think the connection to copper and Venus. I agree. I agree with that. I know, Amelia. Tell that to the rabbit missing his foot. I know. I don't know. I don't have any rabbit's feet. I never had rabbit's feet for good luck. I remember seeing them, but I never had one. So I don't know. The superstition that bad luck comes in threes is an example that, is a superstition. I think good luck comes in threes too. Not only bad luck. I think for me, there is a belief in the number 3 being sacred and everything. And I feel like that it could be bad or good luck. I just feel like it's a momentum being carried forward. The mirror, breaking the mirror. The number 666 gives people the chills. It's a superstition that harks back to the Bible, the book of Revelation. It's the number of the beast and is often interpreted as the mark of Satan. It's a sign of the end of times. I think people put way too much fear in the number 666. I don't know. I don't see it as a bad thing. I don't see it as anything other than a multiple of a number. I think a multiple of any number, 111 or 1111, 222, any multiple of a number is a sign of something, and that's going to depend on the person who is seeing it. That's my thought. What about the wishbone, making a wish on a wishbone? The tradition of a turkey bone tug of war goes back. Legend has it that the first century Romans used to fight over the dried wishbones, which they believed were good luck, and would accidentally break them, ushering in the idea that whoever has the largest bit of bone gets their wish. Bird bones have also been used in divination throughout history. I don't know, wishbone. Our turkey, we only had the boneless breast part, so we didn't have a wishbone. I know when I was a kid, we would, like the other kids, my other cousins and my sister, we would try to figure out who's going to get the wishbone, and we would make a wish on the wishbone. People definitely put too much stock in the number 6666. I think the beast is just reference to one's lower nature. I agree completely with you, Labyrinth. 1111, I think that's a sign. Make a wish at 1112. I've never heard that, but hey, that works for me, right? Crossing your fingers is a superstition for having good luck. And it says that it dates back to Christianity. It says the story goes that two people used to cross index fingers when making a wish, a symbol of support from a friend to be the person making the wish. So crossing index fingers. Anything associated with the shape of the cross was thought to be good luck. Oh, like this. And then it became something that people could do on their own. I guess. Not opening an umbrella inside apparently is bad luck. It comes from a story of ancient Roman woman who happened to have opened her umbrella moments before her house collapsed, to the tale of a British prince who accepted 2 umbrellas from a visiting king and died within months. Don't walk under a ladder. It became a case of myth arising from keeping people from doing something that is dangerous to begin with. All right. I've opened umbrellas and doors and never had bad luck. I don't know. And then Friday the 13th is a superstition that it's bad. It said it dates back to the late 1800s. Friday has long been considered an unlucky day. According to Christian tradition, Jesus died on a Friday, and 13 has a long history of being an unlucky number. I think 13 is a very lucky number. Covens are usually 13 people. I think my dad said Friday the 13th has always been a lucky day for him, so he was going to go out and buy a lottery ticket today. So I don't know. What about you? So we have about 15 minutes left. Any thoughts or other superstitions I didn't cover that you want to talk about? Maybe anybody in chat? And tonight I'm drinking Chambord and Canada Dry ginger ale. And this is so good. It is so good. Any thoughts? I was going to tell, and it's Canadian. Chambord is Canadian. It's a Canadian liqueur made with black raspberries, Madagascar vanilla. What else is in it? Cognac and something else. There's something else in it. If your palms are itchy, right is good, left is bad. Don't scratch it or you lose your money. Hi, Blue Dream. I've heard that itchy palms mean you're going to get money. Oh, unless you're saying that itchy right palm is you'll get money and itchy left palm is you'll lose money, maybe. Hey, Nikolai. Anything from Canada is a good thing, except your prime minister. Lambrinth. Anything and everything from Canada is good? I don't know. Exactly. Oh, okay. Yeah, right is getting money. Yeah, I heard, but I never heard that if your left left palm itches, it's a bad thing. I haven't heard that one. So I guess if your left palm itches and you scratch it, you'll lose money. If your right palm itches and you scratch it, you'll gain money. Oh, I want my palms to. Oh no, the non-dominant palm is losing. Okay, so if I am right-handed, which I am, so if my dominant hand, being the right hand, is itchy, it means I'm going to gain money. If my left one is itchy, it means I'm going to lose money. But my husband is left-handed, so if his left hand itches, means he's going to get money, and his right one he's going to lose money, right? You may be a tad biased, Lambrinth. Is that because you're Canadian? Amelia, looking at a mirror in complete dark. Oh, the Bloody Mary thing? Once had an experience doing Bloody Mary. Don't be disrespectful towards the spirit realm. I agree. I've never had a Bloody Mary incident, but I've done scrying with a mirror, but never had a scary thing. Oh, right. Blue dream. Your palms are itchy, just rub them together and maybe you'll get money, right? Money, 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 money. Because it's how we receive money, right? Although nowadays I just see the money go into my bank account through electronic transfer. I hardly ever even use cash. I use a debit card. So I guess, I give my debit card with my right hand. I don't use paper money anymore, really, hardly ever. Per Bugaloo, hello. Per Bugaloo. My mom used to say, if your nose itches, you're going to kiss a fool, but she laughed about it. I've heard that too, but it wasn't my mom that said it. It was my grandma. She said that if your nose itches, you're going to kiss a fool. I heard that too. What about the one that if you're a single woman, there's a whole bunch of surrounding weddings. So if you're a single woman and you catch the bouquet, if the bride throws the bouquet and you catch the bouquet, it means you're going to get married next. And if the groom throws the garter to all the bachelors, he catches it, he's going to get married next. And then there's a superstition that the one who caught the bouquet and the one who caught the garter would get married. And then the other one about sleeping with the piece of the wedding cake that you get under your pillow. If you take the piece of wedding cake that you got and you put it under your pillow, that night you'll dream of the person you're going to marry. And that was whether you were a man or a woman. You took that piece of wedding cake and you slept with it under your pillow. Have any of you heard that before? Nose itches means a fight. I haven't heard that. How's my diabetes? It's fine. I was praying for money. Yes. Money, 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 money. Yes, yes, yes. Anything else? We got about 10 minutes, maybe 12, 13 minutes. I miss Obsidian. I hope everything's okay. The next time we're going to do a show, it's going to be, let me look at our calendar. We're going to have one more show in December. Hold on. December 27th. We're going to do a live stream in December on the 27th. Not sure what we're going to talk about yet. Not sure. You need a piece of cake now? Oh, purple glue. Yes, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Yes. And those things you're supposed to have on your wedding day because it's going to bring you good luck when you get married. You didn't hear about the wedding cake, Purple Glue? Yeah, that's why the idea was that everybody got a piece of the wedding cake because then you were supposed to bring it home with you and sleep with it under your pillow. I don't know. I was just told that from as long as I can remember when I was a little girl. A video on how to get out of a curse. Okay, so a video on how to get out of a curse. You know what? I don't think there is one standard way. It's going to depend on the curse, and it's going to, the intention of the curse on how you can get out of that curse. At least that's my opinion. The topic for next video, I'm not sure. Her and I were supposed to talk about it tonight after the stream. I would like to talk about death, but I don't know if she wants to talk about that. But I'd like to talk about death from a witch's perspective and sort of how when you're a practicing witch and you experience a death, how you perceive it. Because for me, it was really difficult to sort of get like these Christian concepts out of my head and then look at the scientific thing and the physical reality and try to work it through my spirituality, because it was very difficult and is still a difficult thing for me to sort of rectify within myself. And I figured if I have difficulty with it, other people must too. So I'd like to speak about it with Obsidian at some point, whether we're going to do it on the next show or another show in the future. But I don't know what else we could talk about. If you guys have suggestions on what to talk about, I would love to talk about whatever you guys would like her and I to discuss. And again, it doesn't just have to be about magical things. It can be about anything, but it's definitely going to have a magical perspective take on it, right? Because we're both practicing witches. Okay. The garter and bouquet are familiar, but I'd hope we weren't talking about the modern wedding day cakes with all the icing and all that. Old-fashioned cakes didn't have icing because sugar was expensive. I don't know. I mean, that's what I was always told. But also, when I was little and we went to weddings, I don't know how popular it is now. And my last wedding was very informal. But when you got your cake, you got a cake in a little box that you would bring home with you. And the boxes weren't as flimsy as they are today, but it was like a takeaway box from a restaurant, but it was like more sturdy so that if you put it under your pillow, it wouldn't. But again, I guess with even the icing, it could go squish, squish. I don't know. I just remember that's what I was told. That's what I was told. You put it under your pillow and you have dreams of the one you're going to marry. Never worked for me. Okay, can't wait. Enjoying the hangout with you and Obsidian Fire. I know, I love her. She's like, her and I, we were talking about how long we've known each other now. It's been, what, 3 years maybe? Because I knew her. We had started talking before I moved out here. And I've been out here now for a year and a half here in Washington State. So maybe 2 years. I know her and I started talking while I was living in Massachusetts. Yeah, and we were talking for a while because her and I talk weekly on Skype for hours on end. So yeah, we've known each other for quite a while, and I enjoy doing the show with her. So flying ointment recipes. I've never used a flying ointment. Never have. I would really like to hear your perspective about death. Hard for you too. I figured it was going to be, I can't be the only one that has a difficult time with it. And I think it really, I'm going to get upset. I am already getting upset. I'm still mourning and working through that process for my best soul sister. She's truly my soul sister. When she died in 2011, and I still have difficulty with that. So I want to explore that with Obsidian, because I haven't really gotten into an in-depth conversation with her about it. But she knows how difficult it is for me. But I'd like to explore my thoughts and my feelings and my experiences after death of someone who is that near and dear, because I think it's a really in-depth just topic to talk about. Kind of a grim topic. Suicide is unforgettable in Christianity. What God would torment an already grieving soul? I don't believe that anymore. I don't believe that either, Amelia. And really, that could really go with the idea of death, the whole topic that I'd like to discuss with Obsidian. Suicide could be a separate one, but we could kind of include that with the death topic, and then kind of go forward, and that might end up going on to another video depending on how much we have to talk about it, because I do think I don't agree with the Christian concept of that either. I really don't. We could discuss obesity and how it's affecting the witch world, why more witches have their heads in books and reading screens and not really exercising their bodies. Yeah, we could talk about that. I will see what Obsidian thinks about in regards to that, and see if she's open to talk about that too. Labyrinth spirituality. How about folk and fairy tales? Oh, that would be great. That would be great. I really hear modern pagans discussing them in the archetypes of witches and other beasties in the woods. Oh my God, that is such a good topic, Per Boogaloo. Oh no, Labyrinth. I'm sorry. I thought it was Per Boogaloo because that sounds like something that she'd come up with too. No, that is awesome. I love that topic. I am going to talk to Obsidian about that. Oh my God, that is so good. You touched the writer author in me. Oh my God. We could discuss a new topic called scripting, whereas people are manifesting by writing things down. That is so good too. Oh my God, you guys are touching the author in me. Oh my God, I'm in love with you. I still believe you should have half spells where people send in half spells and you complete them. We could do, Nikolai, are you in the Facebook group? If you're in the Facebook group, Nikolai, that would be a wonderful exercise for everybody in the Facebook group. I would love to do that, but I don't want to do that in a YouTube video, and I would prefer to do that in a more intimate group setting in the Facebook group. So join us over there. I would love to have you over there. Folklore. Yes, yes, you guys are awesome. I love you all. Oh my God, these are so good. Oh, you don't have Facebook, Labyrinth? Why not? Oh. Hansel and Gretel, I agree. I find that Facebook, as much as I'm not on it as much as I used to be, just like I'm not on YouTube as much as I used to be, but I actually make one video a week on Facebook. There is a list of videos I've been doing on Facebook, and everybody has wonderful topics. So I do a video a week there just for the Facebook members. And it is a closed Facebook group. And I do a video. I don't do a video a week here anymore. We just do this twice a month. But I am short 15-minute videos over on Facebook. I know I just haven't found any other way to get a nice little group of people together, that I do journal prompts over there for everyone. And we talk about like that prompt in the comments. And that's where I'm most active, in that Facebook group. Yeah, I know. I mean, if you guys can come up with a better way to have this small little group where I can just do one video a week for this small group, if we can find a different platform that could do that, I would love to do that, if Facebook isn't the favorite place to do it. Great story, and one I was thinking of. Yeah, old tales, original. How about the original Grimm Little Mermaid tale? When I was a little girl, before Disney had the Little Mermaid, I don't even know who did it. It was an animated video that was shown on regular TV once a year, maybe. And I remember watching it at the neighbor's house. She had a daughter, and her daughter and I were friends. And her daughter was having a sleepover, and we went over there and we watched it was the original mermaid, the original Little Mermaid. And let me tell you, it does not end happily. It does not end with her living with Prince Eric, and her family all happy and waving at her as she takes off in the boat. That's not how the original Grimm's Little Mermaid tale ends. But I was always fascinated by that story. How about Cinderella? Cinderella doesn't end happily either. Seriously. They were grim. Grimm's tales were grim. they did deal with shadow and psychological concepts. Yes, I wonder if I still have it. I'd have to look because I got rid of a lot of the books, our books, when we moved, because books are heavy to transport across the country. But I had an original Grimm's fairy tales, and they were. I'll have to see if I still have it. I don't think I have it. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Hans Christian Andersen, but it still was Grimm. It could have been a Grimm one. Yeah, definitely a different end. Fairy tales were not happily ever after tales. They were just not, right? They were not. It is 9:30, everyone. It is 9:30. It is time for us, well, for me to say goodbye because Obsidian is not here to say goodbye. So we will see you on the 27th. So it'll be after Yule, after Christmas. And I will run by these topics that you guys all shared and see which one she thinks would be great to watch. So until next week, everyone, thank you for joining me here tonight. I love you all. Mwah. Blessed be.